Hello and welcome to Traffic Talks. My name is Pyro and I talk about what's going on in my life, usually with a lesson I've learned, some tips and tricks you can follow that help me, and a lot of laughs in each episode. If this sounds like something you would enjoy hearing, feel free to follow the podcast, subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and to see what I'm up to, you can check out my Instagram page linked below. Bye! Mild heart attack. I thought I wasn't recording. Hello and welcome back to the podcast. I hope you are well and I hope you are ready. I have no idea how long this episode is going to be, but I'm very passionate about it. I prepped for this episode. I wrote out my points. I, like Santa Claus, made my list and I checked it twice. So I am ready. I am a bit heated at the moment, but I think that's just going to add the fuel to this very much chaotic fire that's going on. So, for today, shut out and keep quiet. Yes, I intentionally put it that way because a lot of times you are being told shut up and keep quiet, and this is kind of a holding up a mirror to that phrase, where instead of telling me to hold myself in, I'm rather telling you to back up and get out. So yeah, that is what today is. Like I said, strap in. We're just gonna go with the flow. We'll see how far this ends, how long it is, and if I manage to get it up on time. So fingers crossed. Let's slay. And off we go. Straight off the bat, don't tell other people what you are doing. Stop telling them. Shut up. That is point number 1. Point number 2. Refer back to point 1 and keep it in mind going forward. Listen to people with an open mind and stop telling them what you are doing. Not everyone needs to know what you are going to do. Not everyone needs to know what you are busy doing. And yes, I fully understand the irony of having a podcast where I tell everyone what I am doing and it seems hypocritical. But hear me out, okay? There is a point, which essentially is there are some people you can tell and others not. This purely depends on your circle of people, which is point number 3 if we are going to count them. The people in your circle are basically a reflection of who you are. If you are hanging out with a whole bunch of people who are lazy, sorry to tell you this, but you just might be lazy. Not your fault. It's the sum of the people you are with. They don't encourage you to grow, so guess what you can do? There's a very nice word. Bloom. You are just gonna bloom. You are just gonna sit there and you're just gonna shine in all your glory. You're not gonna grow. You are just gonna shine as you are. And sometimes shining can be greasy and then you just look greasy and that's not good. So no. Point that I'm trying to emphasize is the people. Not just your family, not just your friends. And something I've recently been doing is that I don't tell people things until after I have an outcome or a response or a reaction, or there's like maybe a cut-off phrase of whatever I was doing and now like that cut-off time has passed by. Because sometimes I just don't want an opinion on the topic. I don't want to hear your 2 cents. Like, thank you, but no thank you. You can keep that change and move right along. I don't want it. And look, and this is point number 4, by the way, I will be the first one to tell you, I told you so. If, and this is capital letters if I warned you and told you and gave you all the information beforehand and said, I will tell you I told you so if you don't listen. That is fine, because I told you so. I warned you. I gave you all the tools you needed in order to get to the right end. Why you didn't listen to me is beyond me, but that's fine. It's just you decided to make the mistake. And look, some mistakes need to be made by you in order for you to learn the lesson. That's good. But I had this discussion with my sister. Mistakes need to be made personally in order to fully ground that lesson into your psyche. but others are completely unnecessary. There are so many mistakes you don't need to make that you can just learn by watching other people and being like, ooh, that looked bad. Let me not do that. Okay, how did that happen in the first place? Go back. Okay, ooh, that's what they did. Let me not do that and then move on with my life. Just, walk around the problem, not straight through it. You don't have to go through it as well. And that's the thing. You don't need to make a mistake to learn the lesson of the mistake. And people do have know-how and knowledge and can inform you of it. But if you choose not to take the advice, I warned you. You knocked your head. I told you it's going to hurt. You're going to get a bump. You didn't listen. Don't expect me to patch you up. I'm going to laugh while someone else does it. But I warned you. I told you so. And it just works on my nerves. I'm sure you can hear it. But I am someone who will give advice, but only if asked. And this is something I've had to learn to do. I don't give unsolicited advice anymore, which is hard because we grow up in a society where everyone gives you advice for free before you even open your mouth. That is just what people do. And I've become very vocal about asking, listen, do you want me to give you my 2 cents? Or are you just gonna struggle your way through and you're fine with learning it that way? That is perfectly okay. And sometimes the person will be like, you know what? Tell me what you did. Give it to me step by step. And I will. Other times they'll be like, no, thank you. I don't want to hear what you have to say. And I'll back off and I'll be cool about it. That is something I respect. I'm offering the advice and it's well within your right to not take it. But if you asked for it, I gave it, and you expressly ignored me, I will tell you I told you so. Done and dusted. Point number 5, making a full circle, going back quickly. Don't tell people what your plans are. But, once again, capitals, if you do, choose very, very carefully exactly who you are going to tell these things and what you are actually willing to divulge to them. Because the thing that is crucial when it comes to this is asking yourself, will this person help or hinder? That is something a lot of people don't keep in mind. For example, a common New Year's goal is people want to lose weight and get fit. If you choose to do that and you tell someone, look, I want to lose weight, and they invite you out, but they keep bringing up the fact oh, you're probably not going to have fun because this place is a very nice restaurant, but their food isn't very healthy, and you're going to have to suffer because you're going to eat rabbit food the entire time. Maybe this person is not the right person to tell, and quite frankly, that seems a bit toxic. Maybe kind of ease out of that. But same scenario, you tell a friend, look, I'm trying to lose weight, I'm trying to eat healthy. This friend invites you out and says, look, I checked the menu, they've got healthy options, they got healthy swaps that you can do, we're still gonna have a good time, This is a good friend. They clearly support you, they've done the extra mile to help you. That is what you need. So ask, are these people going to help or hinder you if you tell them about this thing and then choose to tell them? Because the last thing you want is to tell someone something that is putting you in a vulnerable position, and then this person not only blurts it out to everyone but then also takes cheap shots at you. That is not on. Definitely not. Number 6, once again, why are we keeping score? And the final point before I wrap things up is that I've been making a few changes to myself, and I have been doing things, and it kind of makes me seem mean. And then I have to remind myself that self-care is not selfish. And if that means pushing certain things to the back and saying no, like going out or joining in for a movie night or something, and having to say no to that in order to take care of myself and just sort myself out, then I need to be okay with that firstly. But the people who I'm saying no to need to want the best for me and be like, you do you, you take care of you. Is there anything you need? Cool. Have a good time. Like, that is what needs to happen. And we don't really take account of the people and the quality of people we have in our lives. Like, a lot of times, especially in the social media era that we live in, everything is about how many friends you have, how many followers you have, how many likes, subscribers, all those things you have. And we've kind of become this instant gratification type of place in our lives where everything is either instant, everything is done via a screen. And a lot of times that is not good. Sometimes we need human interaction, but like the point of this episode, quality over quantity. I'd rather have my few friends that I have versus having a whole bunch of friends that I can't talk to. Like, I just got one of the sweetest messages this weekend from a friend who was literally just messaging me to say, like, thank you for being a genuine friend. You don't really cause stress in my life, which I'm very grateful for. And I'm just like, thank you. Like, you had no idea how much this message meant to me. But thank you. It's nice to be appreciated. So shout out to you, first of all. But second of all, it was really, really nice to receive that message on the day I'm spending time with a different friend who I don't see as often. And spending quality one-on-one time, to me, has become something I value and something I'm learning to give more of my time to. Because I'm used to spending time with myself, and making time to spend one-on-one with others is not as easy. So I'm trying, but still making that time for self-care and quality with myself and with others is something that's very important. And not sharing everything to social media has been something I didn't realize I'm grateful I don't do. And that is something I'm very, very okay with. To wrap up this episode, and I know I tend to repeat myself, this was a realization I had when I set my goals. It's kind of like trying to do the same thing and get a different result. Insanity's definition, just by the way. So I'm actually trying to do different things differently, and hopefully I'm gonna get there. But I did mention my decluttering journey which I'm on, which is a long episode in the making. But small improvements I've noticed is that I make the best internal changes in small ways, and that makes it really easy to kind of just do a bigger process. Because it's not about others seeing massive change, it's about me making small changes in and of myself, and it kind of glowing from the inside out and growing from the inside out. And that's because I've started taking care of myself more first. It's always that thing of putting your own oxygen mask on before assisting others on an airplane. And that's the thing. I've taken care of myself because I can't expect others to do that for me. I need to do that for myself. Once again, it's a lesson I've relearned recently. I've needed to hammer that home. And it's something I've actually kept to myself. I've been working on myself more, and now that I've kind of crossed this invisible line that I've declared, like, okay, I'm good. I'm happy in how I'm taking care of myself. Now I can talk about it and talk about it with other people and mention it to people who noticed, like, okay, something's going on there, but hasn't really said anything, and I'm very grateful for that because it's allowed me to kind of just do it without worry of scrutiny or someone adding their 2 cents or anything like that. But that's a whole thing for another day. But yeah, take care of yourself first and be careful who you are telling things to. Because for whoever's listening, I've been reworking my CV, I've been applying for other jobs, and I've been trying to get out and expand my courage, if I can call it that. So I'm trying to do more and new and bigger and better. But it starts with the small changes, like just feeling good in and of myself. And that's the best thing. Shut out what everyone else is saying to you, and then keep quiet about what you're doing. Don't listen to them, and also just don't speak about what you're doing. Keep it quiet, and then you'll see a massive change. Listen to what they're saying. Don't respond, don't react. Just hush, which is the song of this week. Hush Hush by the Pussycat Dolls, and I'm referring to the original version, the plain quiet version with the incredible vocals, not the remix, not the dance version, none of that Saturday Night Fever vibes. No, this is the plain version, which blew my mind. I reheard it the other day and I'm just like, this is such a good song. So that is it for me. That is it for this week. I hope this has been insightful. Have I been recording? Yes. Woo! Mild heart attack. I thought I wasn't recording. Okay, sorry. That's it for me. I hope you learned something. I hope this episode has been insightful. And yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like, just breathe. Let people say what they want. Let people do what they want. Just put your head down. Focus on yourself first. And then look up and move forward. Like, just do you. That's it. Just do you. And small improvements work. Which is why I always say, keep being a better being. And I'll see you in my next episode. Love you. Bye.